All right, guys. Tuesday morning, Iceman here, Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, and I'm about ready to take a hiatus here from YouTube. Just for the simple fact is, as Eddie Guerrero, the late Eddie Guerrero said, lying, cheating, and stealing. There's just a lot of bullcrap going on behind the scenes here on YouTube. People saying this, and people are saying that. A lot of it's not true. Um, I have got it's been since like April. I put together a little folder of a lot of printouts of a lot of stuff, and sometime after the first of the year, I'm just going to reveal all this and basically going to show you that the people that claim who they want us to think they are aren't who they think they are, and that's enough said. And enough said. Favorite line by the diehard WWE addict, my buddy here, John Cena fan. All right, Raw last night. Well, okay. Um, I thought the show was okay. I wasn't really thrilled with it. I think a lot of the things that the WWE did last night, if TNA did it, I mean, we'd be pounding them right into the sand. Um, but anyhow, we saw CM Punk go up against Luke Harper with the Wyatt family. Yeah, they're trying to sort of push the Wyatt family a little bit, and I just don't see it going nowhere. But maybe this is something for them to have CM Punk to do. It wasn't a bad match by no means at all. It was actually a very physical match, and of course, you wouldn't think that Punk would lose, and he didn't lose. As a matter of fact, it was like I said, it was a pretty good match. CM Punk ended up coming out on top. He ended up rolling up Harper for the win. So, but again, I'm not into that, unfortunately. And then we saw the next match, Ryback, sort of bullying Hornswoggle, and Hornswoggle said, "Why don't you bully him?" Basically, and he turned around. It was the Great Khali, and he had no problem with that. And um, again, was really one of those matches where it's like the film in time, I guess, because we're so used to seeing a lot of Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman only had a phone segment, and we'll get to that shortly. But yeah, so Ryback ended up defeating uh, the Great Khali. Was with his meat hook clothesline. So I mean, again, something, but very really to me it wasn't very impressive. So, but anyhow, up next we had a match with Alberto Del Rio and Kofi Kingston, and again, now this match. Well, we all know how great Kofi can be in the ring, and we already know about Alberto Del Rio as the former World Heavyweight Champion. We knew this was going to be a pretty good match, but you sort of knew they're going to keep Alberto strong because he's going to have his rematch with John Cena. So by no means were we going to think that Alberto was going to lose this match tonight. And again, his main devastating move, the cross arm breaker, he did end up putting on Kofi Kingston, and he did end up making Kofi submit. But again, it was a pretty good match. That was one of those matches that you didn't really mind seeing. So anyway, moving on. Randy Orton and Big E Langston. Now, this was a pretty damn good match. Again, Randy Orton, the WWE Champion, Big E Langston getting a push. You knew they were going to give Langston a lot of edge in this match to do a lot to Randy Orton, and he did do that as well. Big E showed what he can do in the ring, but by no means were you going to see after this big ordeal with the corporate and Randy Orton being the face of the WWE. There was no way you were going to see Big E Langston end up defeating Randy Orton, and he didn't. Randy Orton ended up putting the RKO on Big E, and Orton obviously getting the win. Now, the next match, which I was really happy to see, was the return of Tyson Kidd, who just recently married Natalia. And they were in a mixed tag team match with Fandango and Summer Rae. You sort of knew this was going to be a pretty good match as well. But with the return of Tyson Kidd, again, uh, when guys are gone for a long time, for the most part, when they have a return, they usually don't lose. And Tyson Kidd looks different now. He's grown his hair out and whatnot. And I'll tell you, for those who don't remember or recall seeing Tyson Kidd in the ring, he's got a lot of wrestling skills, and he showed it last night. He was very mobile, and he had, like I said, a lot of in-ring skills, and it was great to see what we saw last night. He ended up putting on the sharpshooter and ended up defeating Fandango. Fandango had to tap out. So that was a great match as well. And again, it was great to see Tyson Kidd return last night on Monday Night Raw. So there we have next. We had a promo. John Cena hits the ring, and he's really talking about the breast cancer awareness. And it was, the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and there was breast cancer survivors in the crowd here at Greenville, and it was great. It was great. He cut a great promo, and he did say, he goes, I'm not going to be talking on the mic too much. He goes, we're going to get into our match. They had a six-man tag team match. Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Goldust, again, going up against Damian Sandow and the Real Americans, which we previously saw on SmackDown this past Friday. And this match was great. This was the match of the night. And if anybody thinks otherwise, I don't know where you are, because this match was great. I mean, there was a lot of people coming in and out of the ring. There were times when everybody was in the ring. But when it was all said and done, Goldust ended up winning the match for Cena and Cody Rhodes. He hit a crossbody from the top rope onto Cesaro, and it was phenomenal. It was a great match. I mean, I enjoyed this match immensely. So, anyway, Big Show is back. Vicky Guerrero is there. She's telling Triple H that Big Show's in the building. Stephanie's there, and there was a lot of words, and basically I saw a sign last night that Stephanie made a remark to Triple H about you never had a problem spending the McMahon money. So I think this is going to slowly lead up to maybe a possible Triple H face turn. We'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, they're going to call out Big Show later on, and they're going to get everything settled so there's no lawsuit against the WWE. So then we have Curtis Axel and Dolph Ziggler. Curtis Axel couldn't wrestle at Hell in a Cell 8 days ago, but yet he was able to wrestle on Raw last night. I don't know what the deal is there. Didn't really care. I don't like Curtis Axel. I don't think he's going anywhere. He faced Dolph Ziggler. It's time for Ziggler to get moved back up to the top level. He ended up getting the zigzag on Curtis Axel, and he ended up getting the victory. And a much-deserved victory for Dolph Ziggler, because, I mean, they have really run him into the ground as of late. And then, the Usos. Yes, the tag team of the future, the Uso brothers, facing 3MB, McIntyre, Slater, and Jinder Mahal, the jobbers of the WWE. I won't call them jobbers. I call them, well, they are jobbers, but they're like the Stephen Kings of the past, the Steve King of the past, or the Brooklyn Brawler, where you're there to get beat. And it's sort of funny. When have we last seen Heath Slater win a match? I mean, it's been such a long time. But again, it was a pretty good match for the Usos to show their talent in the ring. It was a pretty good match, I guess. I mean, as far as it can be with 3MB. But again, yeah, the Usos showed what they can do in the ring. Pretty good match. They won. Bella Twins with Eva Marie. This match was sort of an interesting match. They face AJ Lee, Tamina Snuka, and Aksana. Uh, who'd you think was going to win? I mean, come on. AJ's going to lose every non-title match until the pay-per-view. It was a pretty good match overall, though, and it surprised everybody that Eva Marie got the quick roll-up and got the win on Tamina Snuka. So that was pretty cool. I sort of enjoyed that. You know, it really wasn't bad. But again, you know, like I said, Raw was okay. But anyhow, Triple H and Stephanie got Big Show into the ring, and Big Show got his way. The only way he was going to drop the lawsuit was to be rehired by the WWE, and secondly, have a match with the WWE face and WWE champion Randy Orton. A reluctant Triple H, with the help of Stephanie, decided, okay, you got it, but tonight you're going to be in a handicap match. You're going to face the Shield and Randy Orton. And Big Show held his own for quite a bit sometime. But, you know, when it's 4 against 1, there's no way you're going to win. And of course, Corporate Kane came out to side with the Triple H and Stephanie on the corporate side. And it pretty much ended with Randy Orton raising the WWE belt in the air like he always does. So anyway, Raw was okay. They did some things I wasn't pleased with. I think their storylines I'm not happy with. But again, you know, we're in the month of November. We got Survivor Series. We got TLC in December and a New Year's to come. And of course, the build-up's going to be coming for WrestleMania 30. So again, you know, I wasn't disappointed with the show, but I didn't think it was the greatest. But all in all, you know, if I had to rate it 1 to 10, I'd give it maybe a 5.5 or a 6. So maybe I'm giving it a little lower of a rating than it deserves. I don't know. But that's my opinion. That's what I thought. And basically, I really do believe a lot of the things that WWE is doing, if TNA pulled that stunt, people would be bashing TNA into the ground. And really, why? The WWE can do it. Why can't TNA? Peace out, everybody. We'll see you next time. This is the Iceman, and have a great Tuesday.